Hey, so I'm playing this game right, and it's called Spiffy. And some games that you play are honestly subpar. Like most people will play. They won't have an idea of what they're doing. Usually, people who make games don't know what they're doing. It's a whole shtick, honestly. But it's not often that you see a game like this, like a game with this much polish, this much honestly ingenuity, pretty much everything you want to see in a game. So today I took the liberty of playing this amazing game. And of course, some people will think that this game isn't great, which I mean, to each their own. Everyone has their own decisions in life. Everyone has ideas about different games, but this game honestly is probably one of the best out there. And sometimes people talk about humble beginnings. And this game is probably an example of that, I would say, except for its amount of polish, which it has a lot of. I'll be honest, this game has got a ton of polish. You'd have to be insane not to notice the amount of polish this game has. But to play this game is, I don't know, it's an experience. A lot of people won't be able to experience this in their lives, which is kind of a sad thought to think about, but something about this game, excuse the word, something about this game is, there's a primal level of beauty that you don't always get to see in games like these. Now, I know that a lot of this will probably kind of remind you of, Five Nights at Freddy's and the like, and that's alright. You know, design choices are made. Not all of them are for one reason or another. But honestly, some games have riveting gameplay, and it's not something I can say lightly about this game. And to be playing this, like I've said, it's an honor, you know? Not everybody will have the opportunity, like I've said before again, to play this game. And that's kind of a shame. I mean, I don't know. I guess that's life. I guess life in a lot of ways is reflecting on what you can and can't do, and what you've done and what you haven't done or can't do. It's sad. Some things about life are sad. But that's okay. That's why we have games like this. And commenting on a game like this takes a lot of skill. To be good at this game, you've got to have a bit of skill. That's all I'm gonna say. There's an amount of skill that goes into each of these games when you're playing. To be this calm while playing, it's definitely something. Now, this game, the story in this game is a bit strange. I'll give it that. I'm assuming it's just made for the player to uncover, and if not uncover, it's more of an experience to know what's going on in the game. Nothing is given outright, but I think that's the point. The point is more to sort of construct the story in your own head, if that makes sense. Not all games will have a very coherent story, and I think that's okay. But this game, it's more of an idea, I'd say. It's a game, but it presents this question. And it's not so, you know, the answer's not so readily available. Sorry, available to anyone. Sometimes, and that too, sometimes you'll stumble on your words when you're trying to describe something with an amount of detail that, you know, the game devs probably didn't even want to put in, but it's hard to go wrong with a game like this. The amount of detail, I mean, who would model an entire house like this? Who, if not because they wanted to show it off? That's not a bad thing. It's definitely not a bad thing. Now, I don't know when the game will end, but well, you know, some people just don't understand. They don't get away the whole way through. It's okay. And the question is still present. What's going on in this game? What's the truth? And it turns out, you know, some people, they're just blue. And they get even bluer.